Chris Atkins, and I want to introduce you to my beautiful wife. You can introduce yourself if you like.
Where is she? Jale, she love Sue. Very nice to meet all of you. Oh God, I've heard so much about you.
Yeah, so I'm actually going live on TikTok as well. So that's the first time ever live on TikTok. We'll see how that goes. So we're going to answer questions on TikTok and we're going to answer questions on YouTube. So feel free to ask away. We just moved into a new place from Santa Monica to
We're very excited.
the Hollywood Hills.
Yes, and today we're talking about just car wash things, unexpected things, getting into the business, what we've learned so far, just well, whatever you want to talk about, really. But
yeah. So ask away. I mean, here we are. Pick my brain. I got 3 self-serve car washes. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Chris Atkins. You should know me because you should be following my channel. But if not,
subscribe.
Here we are.
And we'll do more of these. I mean, if you're hi, Steven.
Hey guys, hey
and
guys.
Other Steven, 2 Stevens. Great names.
What are the odds?
What do you go by, Steve? Steve? 2 Steves.
So anyway, yeah, self-serve car wash business. You know, great business, obviously. You know, I'm in the Los Angeles area. For those of you who are watching, comment where you're from. So, you know, I get a lot of questions from the East Coast about snow and car washes. And, you know, it's hard for me to talk on that. I can only go on what other people say because I've never owned a self-serve car wash in the snow. So I like to speak on experience. I don't just like to, you know, regurgitate other words that people say because I like to live it and go through it myself. Otherwise, you know, it's going through word of mouth. So, you know, I like to go through it myself and experience it. So we got Wisconsin.
And England, across the pond, are we?
England?
Oh my God, it's very bad, the accent, but we're going to work on it together.
Hi, from Scotland, Sweden, Bulgaria. So we're all over the world. It's just not America. Actually, there's probably more people watching from around the world than America. So, hey Chris, how's it going? Greetings from England. There it is.
That's an
Wisconsin.
Aussie accent. You'll have to weigh in on how my accents are holding up. For those of you who don't know, I'm also an actress. And that's so we'll check in on
Tell
that
us a little
accent.
bit about your background, because obviously the viewers that don't know who you are, I mean, they've heard me mention my wife in videos, but you've never been shown. You've been featured on one video with Stuart.
Oh yes, that was a good one. I would wish we could put it somewhere in the box.
Yeah, but that was way back when. So, you know.
Yeah.
Tell us about yourself.
All right, I am a female. I'm just kidding. That's how I identify. No, I was a lawyer, still a lawyer, licensed and practicing, and I was also an actress at the same time. I started doing some litigation work. It was a lot of fun, and then I met this gentleman. Swap me off my face.
Sorry about that.
And we just started doing. I just fell in love with the idea of these kind of car washes and creating your own income without having to be in an office from 9 to 5, or as a lawyer, you know, it was 6 to 6 or you don't sleep basically. But I was going through law school, working on acting, pursuing it very hard. We found these businesses. I invested a lot of my capital into them as a co-owner, and I never looked back. And now I'm doing a lot of acting work, which is great. I have a show out on FX. I have some coming out, one this week. I have some I was just working on in another state. Yesterday I flew back. So it's been very busy. I'm feeling very blessed. And
She's going to be a superstar.
yes.
So keep an eye out for her. And we have 61 people on the TikTok watching. So again, this is my very first TikTok live. So questions are coming in left, right, and center. Hello from Toronto. So we actually have people all over the place. What would you do if The Rock walked into your place right now? I would give him a rock bottom, and then I would pin him 1, 2, 3.
I would give him the people's brow.
The people's eyebrow?
Yeah. We have a question from the English gentleman, I believe. We do have self-serve car washes in England, but usually the 1 bay, not 4. 1 bay, interesting. Also, we really have 2 lanes each side and not a busy main road. So I guess the question is it worth it if you only have 1 bay and you don't have kind of 2 lanes of traffic?
Usually 1 self-serve bay or 1 automatic? Because 1 self-serve bay, I mean, that's interesting. I'm not sure, you know, how much you can make with that, but it's on a busy road. tell us more about it. But let's go to the TikTok. Best answer. How often do you go live on here? Well, this is my first one. If it goes well, I'll probably do more lives. If it sucks, we probably won't.
That's not true. He's gonna go live. He loves it, I swear.
Mostly automatic. Okay, yeah, well, that makes sense. One self-serve bay doesn't really make that much sense. But obviously, the automatic bays, the drive-through ones, they're at, pretty much every other gas station, and they do very well if they're in a great location.
We just put in our own automatic, and it's doing great. So you have the self-serve bays, and then you have the automatic, and they're just like two different entities. And we're learning with the automatic, how much it can do versus the self-serve. But I definitely think having an automatic, for lazy people like me, sometimes you just want to drive in and get it. And if there's snow, like the snow questions, or if it's very cold and windy, a lot of customers might not want to get out of their car and wash their car. So having an automatic really helps you kind of keep those customers coming back without fear of weather conditions or just not knowing really how to do it. I think you should do a video on how to use the car wash stuff. I know it sounds simple, but there are simple folks who would love to. So let us know in the comments if you think that's a wise decision.
Yes, I could probably show you all how to wash a car, no problem. I did a video on that actually way back when, maybe a year ago when I first started the channel, so I think it's time for an update. Maybe I put in some air dryers that I didn't get, but hey, Super Mario, I played you growing up. But for those of you who know my process, I like to just drive around, scout car washes, either shut down or run down. And, I like to approach the owner of the land, aka the landlord, and, try and tie it up with a 20-year lease, get the best rate of rent that I possibly can, build it up to be the best in the area. And, once you've paid all the rent, you've paid all the expenses, that should be the first 2 weeks out of the month. And then the remaining 2 weeks out of the month should be profit in your pocket. So the self-serve car wash business should be at least a 50% margin, in my opinion and in my experience. That's where I'm at right now. I know my Uncle Stuart, he has a really good rate of rent and his car washes are the best and they're doing really well. So he's at like a 60 to 65% margin. The first 10 days out of the month, he's covering all of his expenses. And then the remaining, 20 days is profit in his pocket. And he's out of here to Australia in 5 days for a month. So guess who he has running his car washes for him?
An expert, this one. Also, two things. One, how do you say Silvio? Silvio is asking, or just saying that his uncle needs the correct nozzles for the vacuums. I think equipment is super important. If you don't have the right equipment, you're not going to have customers returning because they're going to be broken or damaged or unreliable. And nobody wants to go and spend money on something that doesn't work. So Silvio, definitely get the right nozzles, and if you have questions on which ones.
Yeah, and if a customer goes to your car wash and they feel like they got ripped off, they put their money in, they spent their $2 or $3 or $4, whatever it is, and they leave and they're not really happy with it, or something didn't work, the soap doesn't come out that good, or the pressure's not that high, they're probably not going to come back. If it's the only car wash in the area, they might come back because they don't have a choice. But if they have a choice between 3 or 4 different car washes within a 2 or 3 mile radius, well then, if they had a bad experience, they're probably not going to come back to yours. So, you want to build a car wash up and visualize as a customer what it's like pulling in. So, pull in your own car wash, go through the process of actually being a customer, walk in their shoes, go to the bill changer, put change in the bill machine, go back, put the tokens or quarters in or whatever, and wash the car and see what you would change from a customer's point of view. If the pressure's not that good, go to the regulator and turn it up. If the soap's not coming out that much, turn the soap up a little bit. Maybe change the tip in the hydrominder. There's a lot of things you can do, minor adjustments that make all the difference in the world, which is going to cause a customer to be a repeat customer or a one-time customer. And
yeah, so, Stephen was saying that the one of the car washes they have around them it's been open for years, but they don't even have spot for your rents. But it's a tunnel car wash. I feel like those are two different things. I don't know what equipment goes with an automatic tunnel.
Yeah, it's a different customer base. I drove by down south LA the other day and I saw a big brand new, probably a $10 to $15 million express tunnel just built. and right next door was a 6-bay self-serve car wash, literally right next door. And I put it on my Instagram. If you're not sure of my Instagram, go check it out, Car Wash Chronicles. And you know, I asked you guys the question: would you buy this self-serve car wash? You know, knowing that there's a full $15 million express wash right next door. And absolutely.
What are they? I can't. It's so far. My
You need glasses?
I do. I'm
getting old?
going blind.
Free
that
vacuum.
someone's giving free vacuums. Well, that's so nice.
Free
of
vacuum,
you.
keep my customers in returning. There you go. Free vacuums are always good. I mean, most of those big express tunnels, you know, you do the wash and then they offer free vacuums. I haven't seen any self-serve car washes in California that I've been to that offer free vacuums. It's usually like $1 for 4 or 5 minutes, which is pretty standard. People are happy to pay $1, especially at the self-serve vacuum. But those express tunnel washers, yeah, they usually offer free vacuums, which is always nice. So from California, Juan Romero, how much is the investment to buy a car wash with all the necessary expenses?
That depends, right? I mean,
Yeah, I mean, it depends. It depends if the car wash is shut down like mine was. There was nothing in the equipment room, so you had to purchase all that. You know, if it needs a repaint, depends what it needs. It's all different. If there's an RO system there that works, you know, versus there's not, because that's 10 grand there. You know, you can buy car washes up to $2, $3, $4, $500,000, but in paying that, you'd want it to be turnkey. You know, you'd want it to be all done up to its best and making good money. But you know, I like to just get car washes, you know, for free essentially, no purchase price. Either they're really run down or shut down. Just sign a lease and then invest the money into, you know, what you need to build it up to be the best. And that might be anywhere from, you know, 30,000 if it's got, you know, some equipment inside, or all the way up to 70, 80, 100,000, depends how many bays it has and really what it needs. So what's your favorite type of pump at the car wash?
the one that works.
The 310 cap pump.
310 cap pump.
She likes the 310 cap pumps.
Listen, I am learning all about car washes. Will you learn all about car washes? This guy teaches me something every day. I like, you know, just to basically learn. We'll just learn. I'm involved.
She's smart. She's way smarter than I will ever be.
We'll say we're smart with, you know, the school background, but sometimes street smarts.
Yeah,
Wait,
she's
what is
both.
this? What kind of vacuums? 2 or 3 motors, vending items, shampoo machine. This is a good question for a consultation, which I know this guy does, right? Don't you?
I do offer consultations for those of you who want to get on the phone with me.
Get very specific.
You know, just DM me on Instagram. But let me answer that right now. I use the J. Adams vacuum. It comes with 2 motors. That's the one I've always used. They work good. 3 motors is good as well. You know, if 1 motor goes out, you got 2 motors to keep it going, so it'll probably be at 70 or 80% suction versus, you know, probably 50%. So, and then what's the best vending items in my experience? The blue towels. People like to wipe down their cars once they wash them, so blue towels for sure are the most popular. Then the air fresheners. You know, people like to drive away and have their car smelling nice. Black ice is the most popular one.
Oh, interesting.
And
Sounds
then
like a cocktail.
you know, Armor All. You know, for people who want to wipe down the dashboard and make it all nice and shiny. Glass cleaner and blackjack for the tires. So
Andy has a good question. I mean, you know, I love all these questions. Have you thought about making your car washes card only? I feel like that would reduce vandalism and help scalability, not having to trust someone else. I mean, yeah, I feel like, especially with vandalism, self-serve car washes, you have to deal with so many people breaking things or trying to break into things.
they smack down on them.
Yeah, this guy wrestling. But yeah, I mean, and it just makes it so much easier, streamlined process in terms of just, you know, safety and but at the same time, there's the old school people. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I mean, yes, that would benefit me in terms of having to go there, count the tokens, count the quarters, fill up the hoppers and all that kind of stuff. But, you know, you got to think about the customer from a customer's point of view. Someone who has $2 or $3 in change just in their console, who just want to pull up, quickly wash their car. You know, right now, my second location, I have credit cards put in. And, you know, it does about 35% versus coin and cash is 65%. So, you know, if I got rid of the cash, how many customers would I lose?
Yeah.
Probably a few. So you got to look at it from the customer's point of view who wants to pay cash. So yes, it would benefit me and help me. But in terms of, thinking about the customer, especially in the area that my car washes are in, they're in, kind of run down, lower class, non-desirable areas. It's cash, a lot of them just have cash, $2, $3, $4, $5. It's
Now
just,
we got. I added a car charging station to my wash. Thoughts? I think that's brilliant. I mean, it depends on what state you are, because when I travel in California, it's a huge plus to have car charging stations. Just because as a business, or there's so many people here with cars that are electronic. I don't know in other states, but I would wonder how much it would cost for that electricity. If it's a lot, or if you're getting a tax break or incentive from getting it. I guess some charging stations, I feel like the state wants to help promote have them. What do you think?
yeah, I mean, obviously California, I think would do really good because every second or third car I see now is a Tesla. So,
And it helps the environment. Like,
that would
that's
benefit.
huge.
Helps the environment. Of course, it comes back to the area. My area, I wouldn't bother putting them in. I get a lot of big diesel trucks, up around the mountains. They go off-roading, so, I don't think it would be worth in my area where my car washes are, and that would probably get vandalized for sure where mine are, spray painted, smashed up. But I think that's a question I should, let me call Elon Musk and ask him how much they are, right?
We got so many good questions. What is your advice from Isam? Is that it? To those people who have no idea how to run a car wash but really want to start one, what should be our first couple steps? I honestly think, from me, who had very little idea of car washes, and the business and what it entails, and finding somebody who you can partner with, or you can learn from, like even this guy on his channel, just to educate you, because walking into any investment with no knowledge is a very bad idea. I think you should be motivated. I'm a little bit more of the anti, risk taking kind of human being. I don't like risks. I don't take too many chances. And you can't really be like that as a business-minded person. But I still think you have to educate yourself, because you don't want to jump in and have no idea what equipment needs to go in, who to contact to get that equipment. I think he's coming out with some kind of course soon that will help educate.
I mean, it's been highly requested. I get a lot of questions. Do you have a course available? And I'm working on it. Don't hold me to it. I don't know when it's going to come out, but yes, it is in my mind, and a course will happen in the near future. She pretty much took care of that question. If you don't know about it, well then find someone that does. They can mentor you. Go down to your local nearest self-serve car wash and try and meet up with the worker, the owner, and just say, hey, can I volunteer my time, 10, 15 minutes, I'll sweep up for you. Just take me inside the motor room maybe and just show me what does what. How does the pump work? How does the soap come out into the bays? And just, if you don't know something, someone else does. So just seek out that person and learn from them.
Well, and also coming from just a business standpoint, opening up an LLC, an S Corp, having the right, team behind you who can establish the business, who can, do everything correctly and appropriately. Like, you have to, especially coming from like me and my background, you have to do things right. Like, you have to do things, everything,
asset protection.
Yes,
you want
exactly.
to protect your assets, no matter what happens. So.
Yeah, exactly. So don't just think, I'm going to walk into a car wash and get it. You have to be prepared for what that entails, whether it's the physical building of the car wash, or building up of the car wash, or it's just how do I run my own business? How do I be a business owner? I think that's a very important thing to research. There's so many questions.
We can't keep up.
What is the biggest risk to starting a car wash? We did that one. There was something over here that I saw. I'm in rural Oregon from 1981 MT, I think that is. I wonder what MT stands for. Not a big enough need here for charging stations. See? Yeah, I feel like it's very specific. I was just in Texas working on a project, and I don't think, there's just so much farmlands out there and like cattle. I was like, these trucks are huge and super cool. Everyone from Texas, shout out. Great time. Was awesome. So I loved being, everything's bigger in Texas, they say, and I was like, wow, I totally get that. So charging stations out there, maybe I'm not educated that much in that regard, but I think that might be a little bit more difficult.
I like this question because it cures my pain a little bit. Hi, both from UK. How far is your new home from your car washes? You know, it's a little bit closer. I'm still quite a ways away. From Santa Monica to where my car washes are in Victorville, it was like an hour and 45. Now that we live in the Hollywood Hills, it's about an hour and 20. So I'm saving an hour and 20, and it's very nice. You know, it's a relief, and it feels like a really quick drive now, even though it's still an hour and 20 minutes. 20 minutes can be brutal, especially the last, 20, 25 minutes of the drive. But yeah, I mean, I'm used to it, and it's closer, so I'm happy about that.
Can we look at? Can you scroll down? I want to make sure we didn't miss anybody. There's so many questions. Go that other direction. This way.
Oh, go up?
Yes. I want to make sure the one 1981 was saying the only one he manages does car cash and card. Yeah, seeing do both options. So both types of customers. Go ahead, scroll down.
Scroll down.
I missed something. One more. This is difficult. I missed the beginning. Where are you located? Where are your washes? You want to tell them a little bit about where your washes are?
The washes are in the high desert of California, Victorville, Hesperia. Go check them out. And that's pretty much the answer to that question.
Yep.
Again, lots of questions. Obviously, super chats will get answered 100%. So if you have a super chat, send it through. Otherwise, we will pick out the ones that we don't miss. Live long happily. Thank you. Same to you.
Shamir. Love the name.
Are you looking forward to Brandon from Investment Joy coming over in January? Oh yeah, to Vegas. We've got the Vegas event coming up January 14 and 15, put on by Danny Giangelo, the king of laundry. He's the laundromat guy, and he's having a roundtable financial summit about laundromats. And, I'm going to be the oddball out, but I'm the car wash guy who got invited to speak in Vegas. So, of course, if you want to go there, January 14 and 15, like the comment said, Brandon from Investment Joy will be there, and a lot of other people in the industry. So, if you're interested in getting into the cash business, whether it's laundromats or car washes, well, then come on down to Vegas and hang out, and we'll all have a good time and hopefully stay out of some trouble.
Plus, it'll be super educational. Again, for people asking, how do I get into the business? What do I need to look for? What are my first steps? Like, that's where you go. It's like these conferences that really can help you figure out what kind of business you want to have, and if a car wash is right for you. I mean, everything has to do with what's the area, what's your experience, what resources do you have. Those are all great questions to ask and definitely learn about at the Vegas convention.
Yes. Interesting question here. What do you think of an undercarriage wash option in a self-serve? I've seen one online that has the option here in Germany. You know what? Again, no experience with them. How would that work? Would you just put all the sprayers underneath and turn it to the selection, and the water just sprays up on its own? Or would you put the money in, start the machine, get in your car, drive in slowly, and then do it? I think, a lot of people would just get the gun and just go underneath, maybe get on their hands and knees, maybe, and spray underneath. So, again, it comes back to, how much demand there is for it.
What's your clientele like? Are you getting a lot of me's? Which I would love a button that would just do it. I mean, it's just easier that way for me. But if you have somebody who's a little bit more like people love their cars and want to take care of every bit and piece of it. So I guess it just depends if there's clientele that want to spend a little bit more money and have extra buttons to push, or if there's clientele who just kind of wants the basics. It all depends on what customer you really have.
Yeah, but it's good to cover all the customers, Self-serve is obviously tailored to the customers who want to wash their car themselves. The drive-through tunnels and automatics want to target the people that go through and not get out of their car and just pay their $6 or $7 or $10 and drive away after 3 or 4 minutes without exiting the car. So that's the good thing about having both, 5 bays and an automatic, like mine at Main Street. You target all customers, so it's kind of a win-win.
Is this Steven Stout? It's a great question. What do you think will happen with all these tunnel washes if there's a change in the economy?
Out of business. They're all coming to self-serves.
Well, maybe.
No.
But I think at the end of the day, it's preference, right? Like, I feel like there are people who want to wash their cars themselves, and there are people who want to go through tunnel washes, and it's two completely different types of clientele. Do you want something touching your car or touchless, systems, or do you want to kind of get your hands dirty and be hands-on with the self-serves? So, I mean, for me, I think that everyone is, until they take away cars, then there will be flying hovercrafts, so it's fine. But until they take away cars, I mean, everyone's going to need to wash their car. And that's why having a car wash business is such a staple resource. It's like laundromats, like your friend Danny. Everybody needs to wash their clothes. And in highly dense populations who don't have laundry or washer dryers available in unit,
Yeah.
they're going to need those. So.
And again, you know, yes, laundromats are essential. You know, people need to wash their clothes. And people might say, well, car washes aren't essential, you know, but, you know, even in the economy, if it downturns, and, you know, I think someone always has $2 to wash their car, you know, that's what I charge, $2 for 4 minutes. The big express tunnel washes that are like $10 or $12 minimum, you know, that's a little more than $2. So they might see a little drop in, you know, revenue during a really bad decline. But I think, you know, the whole economy would have to go down and crumble and, you know, completely blow up where there's riots going on for car washes.
We're not going to will that. Let's go to a fun question, which is how can we get advice from you? I don't know about doing an automatic or not. This is a great question, Rick. Rick. We just put in an automatic in one of our self-serve. So I think consultation with this guy to kind of go through, you know, pros and cons, what your location is like, how busy is your location. It's a very specific thing. You really need to kind of go through what if you have the automatic, or if you have the funds for the automatic, what kind of automatic, what size bay do you have, and which automatics can fit. It's a whole thing. So to really jump on a consultation with this guy, but it's a good idea. I mean, I think it's nice to have kind of both of those options. It can be an expensive investment, an automatic. But again, it all depends on what you got going on. So, another one.
Next, what else we got?
We got some car wash channels chiming in.
Car Wash King.
Hey, Car Wash King.
What's up, buddy? Always chiming in. I appreciate it. The dirt remover gun is used for triple foam, degreaser, ultra shine, pre-soak, clear coat, etc. Yeah, the dirt remover gun is it's a great gun. You know, you can put a lot of things to come out of it, whether that's tri-foam, triple foam, pre-soak like I have, you know, soap, you know, it's pretty colors. I do like the triple foam colors, you know, I think a lot of people enjoy it. I enjoy it.
Pretty.
I don't have it at mine. Maybe I could switch it over, but I feel like customers, especially with children and that, you can make it a really fun time when it's coming out of the gun and it's got starts off green, and then for 10 seconds, and then the next 10 seconds it switches to yellow, and then it switches to pink. I think people will use it longer just so they can see the colors changing. So I kind of like the triple foam. Maybe I'll put it in my car wash. Maybe. We'll see.
We have another question about the cards versus cash thing. Look, I think every customer is different. We talked about this before a little bit earlier in the live stream. Some people like cards. They're easier. I love using cards for everything, Venmo and Zelle, all those things. But, you know, some people like having the old school, I want to stick my quarter or token, that kind of thing. So I think it just depends. That's actually funny because that's kind of like our relationship.
Plus,
and
the fun part is counting the cash. That's fun, you know.
It's exciting to see, you know, how much hard work.
I mean, it's cool to wake up and check your bank account and see that go up too, but, you know, it's preference. You know, I like to give customers all options. Card, cash. Why not cover all bases? You know?
Somebody in the chat earlier had said that they had both, and I think that is incredibly wise.
You have to, you know. Why limit yourself to card customers only? I mean, people would get used to it. Maybe in 10 years' time, if cash fades away, I think like China has, we'll change it up. But for now...
when someone did a photo shoot at one of the washes, hey man, you know, that's not what they're for, so...
Free publicity.
But, you know, there
free
you go.
Advertising.
Just use the car wash properly. Is there a car wash show in Vegas? You want to talk about your little convention again?
Well, this is... so the car wash convention, you know, happens once a year. I think there's... You know, it used to happen in Vegas. They just had one, I forget, I think in Ohio somewhere. But car wash convention once a year in Vegas. I didn't go last year. I think it's like 80 to 90% of express tunnel washers. You know, there's a lot of vendors there for the express tunnel washers. So the self-serve, you know, car wash equipment is very minimal. And, you know, I'm all about self-serve car washes, you know. Express tunnel washers make a lot of money, but they also take a lot of money to start, upwards of $4, $5, $10, $15 million to build, these big, huge 200-foot express tunnel washers. That's a whole nother ballgame, which I'm not involved in. Not to say that I won't ever get into it, but right now I just love the self-serves and I'm looking for more. And, hopefully I'm close to another deal I'm working on. We'll see.
Air dryers versus no air dryers. Should you have them? Should you not? I mean, for me, putting in all the bells and whistles for a car wash and having all the options for the customer, I think is the best.
Absolutely. I mean, air dryers is, if you don't have them, get them in. It's huge extra revenue. It's free. It's air. You just have electricity to pay for. There's no soap. There's no chemicals. It's just air. And I will see customers, they will run out of time. They've finished washing their car. They've used the spot free and they're out of time. I've seen them go to the bill changer, put in $5, get tokens or quarters, and then start the bay again and use like $3 or $4 just to dry their car with the air dryer. And they love it, to be honest. So,
I don't want to drive away with a wet car and then you have all the dots and sprinkles left over. I mean, hopefully you have good soap so it's spot free. But at the same time, like, why not get it nice and shiny?
Yeah, again, people enjoy it. People love the blowers, and yeah, if you don't have them, in my experience, it adds 20 to 30% revenue on the bottom line. So get the air dryers in if you don't have them, and I think they're about $1,800 each. Depends which one you get. So it depends how many bays you have. If you got a four bay car wash, it might be a $6,000 investment. And you'll make that back relatively soon if you've got a good car wash. So get the blowers in.
Yeah, and I mean, finding just somebody or yourself, you have to. I don't even know what I was saying.
Volume is too low. You might have to speak up a little bit.
Oh, can you hear me now? Sorry, Dan. Wherever you are, Dan, let us know how this is sounding. Yeah, no, I think in the automatic. Sounding sick. It's too kind. Just some compliments on the live stream,
Not many customers, which was surprising. Morgan, I was just reading your question. We saw a self-service car wash recently that was very nice in a good location in Dallas. But there were not many customers, which was surprising. Any thoughts on what would contribute to this? If it's on a busy main road, 4-lane highway, 6-lane highway, very visible from the street, which in my opinion is 90% of advertising, how visible it is from the street. If it's all that, if it was a great car wash, everything works well, and you drove by and there was no customers, well, it might have just been a dry spot. I've been to my car wash on a Saturday, 90 degrees, perfect weather, and all of a sudden there's like cars waiting to use the bays. It's super busy, and then half an hour later, once they've all gone through, I won't see a customer for like 10 minutes. But if you drive by and all the bays are wet, it was just recently busy. If all bays are dry, well then, someone hasn't been there for quite a while. But, it could have just been the second you drove by or the 5 minutes you were there. You have your busy rush hour, and then you have your quiet 5 or 10 minutes where there's no one. So.
Plus, if it wasn't, it might be a good location and it might look very nice, but the quality of the, what the equipment is doing, the advertising that kind of goes into it, we don't really do, I don't think we do that much advertising, but it would be helpful too. We were talking to a friend in business who was saying that advertising could be really, really helpful in bringing in more customers, even if it's something like getting involved with a Yelp or a Google. That's important. I personally, when I look up a business to go visit, I always look at the reviews. I'm like one of those people. Even food. I want to find out what the food looks like on Yelp and how good it's going to taste per people's reviews. So I think there's a lot of factors that go into why a car wash would be busy, whether it's the location, the equipment, the visibility from the street, the advertising that's done online. If that's needed or not, word of mouth or local customers will always come back if it's a good business to use.
Repeat customers. We want those repeat customers.
Yeah.
How much do you think on average income per bay if you have all equipment like I do? $1,000 a bay per week is pretty good. 4-bay car wash.
Right?
Yeah, it all depends.
Location, like everything. I think that's a California neighborhood could be completely different than another California neighborhood. You might have apartments in one, then you might have houses, and people can just wash their car in the front. of the yard. Granted, they'll want to use the car wash equipment, so you could have some of those precipitate over. But I think it's hard to just put a general number on anything, especially when it comes to seasons, winter versus summer, those kind of things. So
yeah, you hit the nail on the head with that one. It all depends. But do you all have a boat motor wash on the dial? No, I don't have a boat motor wash. I think they're pretty big.
Good questions.
I think they're pretty big in Florida. I saw a few car washes in Florida, and they have the boat wash dial to wash your boat. I don't have them here, and I rarely see them here in California car washes. So, if you're in the right area near where there's a lot of boats, well,
what
that might be a thing.
Tell the viewers who don't know about boats. What is this?
I mean, I don't even know that much about it myself. Obviously, no experience in it, so hard to talk about it. But it's a selection that helps wash the boat motor a little more. So you take
Steven, tell us more.
Yeah, you can flush, so you can flush out all the water from the ocean. I'm not a boatman, so
we don't have the most experience. Yeah, we don't have the boats yet, but we do. It's really great to have one of our washes has like a very big bay. You can walk up some and you know what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying. But
you can clean the roof easier. I guess that's my thing. So, I think those are cool. I would love to get like a what's it called?
Boat.
The big trucks. Wow, I'm spacing right now. The diesel.
A dually?
No, is that what it is? A diesel what are they called? The big trucks, guys. Help me in the comments.
What big truck?
The big trucks that take things around on the freeway. What are those called?
Semi-trailer?
Semi-trucks. There we go. Wow. I was just on a flight, okay?
Hungover.
Semi-trucks, I'm definitely not. Those are the coolest washes to drive by. They're huge. We've had some big vehicles in our bays. Obviously, they have to be the right size or they should not enter. But it's really cool to see those kind of semi-truck washes because they're
you have to spend a lot of money to wash them. It's a big truck. It'll take you probably 20-30 minutes. So that's $20-$30. I don't know if it's high pressure or low pressure for the boat wash.
Shamir was saying, once you have kind of an issue, like you try to get into business and you fail, how do you remotivate yourself to get into business? Just a general good question. I mean, that's the thing with any business, with any career, you can and you will fail, but treating it as a failure that shuts you down entirely is the way you actually fail. In other words, you got to try again.
You pick yourself up, you dust yourself off, and you keep pushing forward onto the next one, because if you don't, you're going to be in the same place you are now. So,
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
get over it and just move forward.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because it happens to us all. We've all failed in life, We've all, I failed at WWE. I got fired, so. But.
Now look at him.
Yeah.
He's happy. He's got a sexy partner, hopefully. Well, we'll see on any given day. You never know. What are your thoughts on the self-serve motorcycle washes that CleanRight has? From Kyle. Kyle, I also saw their pet washes, which I have, if you don't know, pets. I think that's a great question. We don't have any, so we can't necessarily say these motorcycle.
What is it?
Kyle asked about the motorcycle washes.
Motorcycle washes that CleanRight has. Yeah, I mean, again, I get a lot of motorbikes coming into my regular bay, just using that. So, if you have a tiny little bay where cars can't really fit in, well then, turn it into a motorcycle bay. But I wouldn't limit one bay just to a motorcycle bay, because how many motorbikes are really on the road that, But anyway, where can we learn?
I think, Kyle, if there's a lot of motorcycles, give it a shot. We don't have that expertise to kind of weigh in on their functionality or how well they do the washes. But I feel like CleanRight is definitely a reputable company. So
yeah,
give it a shot. I know I'm quiet. Sorry, guys.
You gotta yell. Well, damn videos. Where can we learn a retool a beat up car wash that we attain when we attain it?
From the channel. From this guy, from Consults.
Yeah, all that good stuff. But I mean, again, you don't know something, go find someone that does. Find someone in the car wash business. Go to your local car wash. Who do they use? You know, call up a few different companies here and there. The problem with using those corporate companies to come out, give you a quote to install something, you know, they charge a lot of money. You just got to kind of drive around and find someone who's happy to get their hourly rate, and just find someone with the knowledge. And I mean, learn as much as you can, watch videos on it, and just, you know, when something breaks down at my car wash and I don't know how to fix it, I call my go-to guy. I FaceTime him and he walks me through it. And then I now know how to fix it, so I don't have to call him again.
Ethan, is that Ethan? Says, hey, we got it. There's a lot of people on TikTok we're ignoring.
TikTok.
We gotta say hi.
Second,
follow the host. Thanks, Ethan. Love it. Hello to Cole. Welcome. Let's scroll down. See, we got some questions we missed. Stephen mentioned better be good enough like a Harley Davidson motorcycle wash, I'm guessing. That's the thing. When you want to invest in whatever business you're going to invest in, if you want to invest in a certain equipment, you know, our ideology is make sure it's the best for the customer, because there's always competition somewhere else, and you want to make sure you have repeat customers. So giving it a half-done job, or you know, not doing it right, again, you have to do things the best of your ability and the way it's supposed to be done. That's just how I live my life.
Live your life. Yeah, there was a how to wash your car in TikTok at your car wash, and another one used dirt remover and rinse. Yeah, sometimes I'll see my car wash pop up on TikTok. You know, people did a photo shoot. Some influencer, I guess, covered herself in soap and washed herself off with the spot-free rinse at my car wash, and I was like, that's my car wash.
Which you should not do. You're not supposed to use car washes in ways that you should not use. But
as long as they put money in the timer, they can wash what they want.
I disagree, but that's business for you. You'll have some interesting situations. And what's this? How many car washes do you own?
3.
Yes. Average money down for a simple car wash that needs a bit of sprucing up. Again, lots of stuff go into that. You could find a car wash that is completely shut down or run down. And my sister is calling me, but I'm not going to pick that up right now because I'm talking to you lovely people. Yeah, you could find a car wash that's completely run down that they want to kind of spruce up, and you don't have to put that much money down. Or you walk into a brand spanking new 5-bay with an automatic that wants something crazy like $1 million. Just depends on what you want to kind of invest in. And even if you walk into that situation with a brand new car wash, you got to know how to run it. Or it's going to turn into the one that shuts down that someone wants to buy. So. And
then I'm going to come in and scoop it up. But yeah, every deal is different. Depends on the landlord situation. Depends on the current operator situation. If they hate the business and want to get out, you'll get a good deal. If they don't really want to sell and they're doing pretty good, they're going to want top dollar for it if they sell at all. So every deal is different. You know, if you can do a deal where it's seller finance, you can put down maybe 10% and they can carry the loan over the next 5 or 7 years. Again, every deal is different, whatever you come up with. I saw a question here. Oh, I'm from India. It's quite difficult, touchless. I'm from India. It's quite difficult to touchless car wash shampoo. What shall I...
Shamir wants to know where to get touchless shampoo if he's in a city, state, country that doesn't necessarily have a lot of options. In his case, Shamir, you're in India. Hello. I love all of your questions. You know, where are there international sellers of the touchless shampoo? If someone owns a car wash in India, you know, that's a good question. I think you'd have to do the research online, find a reputable company, give them a call, and see if they can deliver to your area. That's kind of the best scenario that you can go through. There's always, I'm sure, a way to get different equipment and products. So you just have to, yeah.
Good answer. I like it. I started watching your videos because I finally started getting smarter with my money a few years ago. Now have some money that I don't really know what to invest in right now. Well, what are you educated in? You know, you got to educate yourself before you invest. You know, YouTube's the best education in my opinion. Find mentors, someone that has been there and done that where you want to go, and model after them, you know. We don't like to use the word copy, we like to use the word model. So we're going to model after them, but
never copy.
You know, educate yourself with anything you put your money in, whether it's stock market, whether it's precious metals, car washes, laundromats, you know, Bitcoin. Learn about it, you know. Don't just throw your money in blind and watch it go down and then lose all your money and then that's it. You know, you gotta.
You always have to consult with somebody who's an expert in the field, no matter what field it is. You know, that's kind of, you know, my 2 cents.
Yes, find people
human being.
smarter than you. Car Wash King again. Where do you make your Rotary decals? For those of you who don't know, decals are just stickers. So where do I find the little stickers that say air dry, rinse? I just found a local store, a sign making store, and told them what I want, and they made them up. So I know you can get certain ones from Clean Right. They're pretty staple, but they're pretty small, and you know, you want your selections and the decals to be very easy to read, nice big letters, so even older people who, you know, tend to do this and can't read it, you want it to be as clear as day. You know, rinse, big letters, soap brush, big letters. You know, if you have like soap brush and tiny writing, like black writing on a purple background, you're not going to see it. And if it's got like a little picture of a car that's soapy, you know, the decal is only like that big. It's a 1-inch circle. You want it to be just simple and clear, you know, straight to the point. We don't want no messing around.
Getting the toasty.
All right, yeah. We'll maybe like 1 or 2 more questions and we'll wrap it up.
Over there.
Big question.
Do you know what someone should hire Chris for? I don't really know.
What was it? Do you know what someone should hire me for? I'm Chris. You know, if you have questions, you know, I do phone consultations, so DM my Instagram, Car Wash Chronicle, and we'll make it happen. A lot of the car washes in my area have 2 automatic bays, but a local gas station company has cornered that market. I've thought about eliminating one of the autos and add a motorcycle bay and a pet wash. There you go. Diversify. If someone's putting you out of business, fight back and put them back out of business. Or change it up. You getting toasty?
Yep, I think we're going to wrap it up, everybody.
All right.
Let us know how we did on our first live stream. And if you have more questions, we'll answer them next time. But it was fun. It was lots of fun.
Fun. Thanks for watching, guys. Of course, you know, if you want, like, subscribe, do all the YouTube stuff. It helps us out, and we can continue sharing our knowledge. So, talk to you all later. How do we end the live?
I don't know. This is a good question. It's always a good time to learn, and always learn. That's what